So for the demo, I'm just going to show off the different capabilities of RAdvisor and show it work to instrument newly created Docker containers on my local machine. So what we have is we have a couple different panes. On the bottom right, we have the um, directory listing of var/log/radvisor, which is where those output logs are going to end up eventually, which is currently empty right now. Once we run it and execute radvisor, you'll start to see that being filled up. In the right side middle, we have Docker PS, which lists the active containers, and that'll be updating as we proceed in the experiments. And then we just have two terminal prompts. So what I'm going to start doing is we'll see what the output type or output is of radvisor when we type radvisor help. So this gives us all the information on how we use this command. It tells us that the main subcommand is run, which we can use when we type radvisor run. And then if we type this, it'll tell us we need a provider. So the two providers we have implemented in radvisor currently, we have Docker and we have Kubernetes. If we type radvisor help run, it'll tell us that. It'll say providers, containers, pods, and if we run with Docker, we shouldn't see anything happen because there are no Docker containers running. In fact, here I forgot to run it as sudo, which means that it couldn't even connect to the Docker socket. If we run it as sudo, then it's able to run, but it's not going to be doing anything. So you can see in the bottom right, there are no log files being generated. That's because there are no active containers in the system. So we can stop it, and now we'll start a container. But first, I'm gonna have it run in verbose mode so you can see the container start to be collected as it goes. So in the top right, I'm gonna paste this command in, which will start a new container and attach the current terminal. So you have the container started, and you'll notice on the left, it says identigrade cgroup fs as a cgroup driver and received a container from the Docker API. So we have this new collection target, radvisor test, which is the name of our container here on the right. We see the container appear in the list of containers here, and we see a log file that's being generated here in the radvisor log output. So if we end up stopping the terminal by typing exit, you notice on the right it says exited, and then on the left in our output, in verbose output, it says receive stop event. So it realized that the container was stopped and it sent a stop event across the shared um, collection channel. Now in the bottom right, we still have our file, which should be unchanged now that we've stopped collection. We can now go into the directory, so it's /var/log/radvisor/stats, and we can view the file. So what you'll notice is that it has first metadata at the top. It has information about the provider used, which is Docker. If it was Kubernetes, you see Kubernetes there. It says the timestamp of creation, which was exactly 1 minute ago. It has the ID of the container and has information about my system. It also then right below that has all the CSV main content, which is all tabular data. So this is very long. There are a lot of lines, too much to show, but all of these are the resource utilization statistics for our container. Of course, it didn't do very much, so they probably won't change very much since it was just in a bash terminal the entire time. But if it was doing more, then you'd see these numbers fluctuate a lot more. So that's really the main functionality of radvisor. From a Docker perspective, its main functionality is to be able to instrument these containers, and then we're able to automate this process on Cloud Lab to attain much more useful resource utilization logs in our final experiments.